Good morning to Sunday service at Spirit Seeker. Slightly different service today. We're going to have a naming service as well. A very short but meaningful naming service, which will be conducted by Ivan Lee. And people have asked about having a naming service in October. So if anyone else is interested, let Jackie, myself or Ashley, probably Jackie and I, because he's got enough on his plate this week, Ashley, but let us know and we can arrange it for next year's, this October's Spirit Seeker. So this morning, friends, I extend a warm and loving welcome to you. I'm going to ask Dawn to open with prayer, which will be followed by the healing prayer from Polly. So Dawn, please open with prayer.
If you'd like to join me in prayer. Great Father God, Mother Earth, Father Sky, we thank you for allowing us to be here this weekend at Spirit Seeker. And long, long history and long may it reign. We are so grateful for allowing the two worlds to be able to join together, and that it is able to be in our time, in our way, and that we are able to share the history and the love and the light and the energy of our beliefs that we know to be true. Father God, we ask that whatever happens here in this service will be in your name, which is love. We ask for healing to go out through the world. For every head here today, whether you are online or whether you are in the church, we ask that you may be blessed. And whether you need healing mentally or physically, let it be so. We ask for the animal kingdom, that they will not be harmed, that they will be given healing and warmth and comfort. And we ask for Mother Earth, that she will be treated with respect and dignity that she so readily deserves. And we pray that whatever messages are received today are received with love and upliftment and a joy and with honour, honouring the world of spirit and remembering that we are spirit now in physical form. So we honour ourselves as much as we honour the spirit world. And we ask for light to emanate around the entire universe. And we ask this in your name, which is love. Amen.
You mean I really need this?
Yes.
Right, if you could all for a second just shut your eyes. I don't have the honour of seeing auras often, but that rainbow's in the room again, and it's going round and round and round like a snake, which means all our auras are in tune. So I want you for a minute just to shut your eyes. I want you to talk to your angel, whether it's you that needs healing, or there's an emergency at home that you'll meet when you get through the front door. Ask your angel to help you and guide you with that problem. And that rainbow colour will energise and heal us all. And it'll just capulate tonight a wonderful weekend we've had. Know that you are all safe and protected by the spirit world, even though we're on a very physical, earthly mission. God bless you all.
Right, I invite Ivan and Kim to come up for the naming.
Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. Come on. Okay. Now, for those who don't know what a naming service is, it is literally, it's a spirit name that's given to the person. You look nervous, love. And the name is picked by the person giving the naming service, i.e. me. It's probably why she's nervous. Okay, I'm going to have to ask you a favour, Kim. Could you hold the mic?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yep.
Calm down. Infinite Spirit of love and truth, as we are assembled here to a life expressing love and spiritual unfoldment, we ask that a blessing be bestowed upon her and may unfold a beautiful character and always have protection from the spirit world. Beloved friends, we have come together at this time to celebrate that she may, Kim, express love and consideration for her spiritual growth. And as I place my hand upon her forehead, as an expression of purity, I name thee Joan and consecrate thee to the care of angel friends now and always. In the knowledge, fellowship, and the beauty of the religion and philosophy of spiritualism, we consecrate you, Joan, to the giver of all good gifts, to the service of the angel, world, and humanity. And the spiritual meaning of the name Joan is God is gracious, and it also perceived as sympathetic, compassionate, and generous. Yes, that is you.
Thank you.
That's okay. Infinite intelligence and angels of light and love, shed upon this lady the protecting power in your wisdom. Select for this child a bright guardian angel to be through life and inspiration for good, should great sorrow, strong temptation, or keen suffering come upon her, strengthen and sustain her, guide her ever to win the victory for good. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. And, don't go. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Is the certificate of the naming service
Thank you.
and a rose of love for you. Okay? Thank you, Kim. Is that all right for you?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And this afternoon we shall be dunking her in the sea to do it the old school way. Thank you. Hand you back to Ray. Thank you.
Well done, Ivan. Well done. That was Ivan's first ever service, so well done. And the sun's come out. I was going to. There's a song about that, but you really don't want to hear me sing. So if you'd like to give a donation to charity, and I won't sing, I promise you. You cannot dissect the spirit in any laboratory. Neither can human beings create life. They cannot make a leaf. They cannot make a plant. They cannot make a flea. However lowly the form of life, it cannot be manufactured by anything other than is non-physical. The soul does not come into its own when the skies are blue, the sun is shining, or you're in a bed of roses. The soul comes into its own in difficulty and in hardship. The gold that you value reveals its luster, and after it has been crushed, the diamonds you prize are embedded into clay and dirt. When originally found, their brilliance emerges forward, polishing it into the world and love of spirit. If we proclaim our truth as spiritualists, we need to practice it outside of Spirit Seeker, outside of the churches, outside of your circle. 175 years of modern spiritualism, we have come far, but we've got a long way to go. We are light bearers. We are bearers of also the truth. For there is no death. Life continues for a more abundant life to a glorious life in the Spirit. It's very easy for people conduct funeral services, especially spiritualist ones, and say, it's fine, they've gone to a better place. But you also have to strongly acknowledge you've lost your husband or your wife or your brother, your sister, your child sometimes. And that's not as easy. But as spiritualists, we get a glimpse of that heavenly home. Jesus taught, in my Father's house there was many mansions. If it was not so, I would have told you so. And I go there on a mission to prepare a place for you, to receive you to myself. So he's foretelling his own passing, but he's telling his disciple there is a life after death. And we as spiritualists sometimes are inclined to take that for granted. and not take it serious enough. St. Paul also teaches that our message is not solid if we don't really believe within our heart and our soul. And we need to practice our religion. We need to preach our religion. We need to teach our religion. Coming away on a weekend like this is great. You meet people of a like mind, a like soul. You perhaps make new friends you've perhaps not met before. You continue friendships that have gone on before. And it's great to embellish that love and that power of the Spirit, to manifest that love amongst ourselves, to see the wonders of spiritual and psychic development, to see the manifestation of healing. Most of the spiritual healers in this world are not Harry Edwards and Parrish and all the other great healers that were before, but they have that ability. Now, those of you know of Gordon Higginson, the president of the Spiritualist National Union. He used to say, people would go up to Gordon afterwards, "Oh, Gordon, that was a wonderful demonstration. Thank you, Gordon. You're so great and wonderful." He said, "But you could do the same. Practice your religion. Keep it going. Go into your circles. Practice and train your belief." And that's what we need to do. I noticed the last few nights people getting messages, and sometimes people have got more than one message. Though people sit there going, they had a message 10 minutes ago. But taking that away, the spiritual light and love that they have, they get a different sort of message. Sometimes it's a confirmation of the first message, or it's a confirmation of the message they had the night before. The last year since we met, I've not been the best of health. I've gone blind, to use the vernacular, in the left eye. And it's been a very trying time for me. Jackie will tell you I'm very trying. But in all honesty, it has been a scary time for me. Going out, I'll go out with a walking stick now to balance myself because I get a bit wobbly. That's before going to the pub. But I get worried about being out and feeling vulnerable, and I have to be honest. But the other night I felt really poorly. I said to Jack, I need to go to IA&E, and I went, and I'm sitting there, and I heard someone call my name, and I looked round and there was nobody there, and I saw my mum. Mum's been in spirit about 7, 8 years now, give or take? 5, okay. I'm an ex-greengrocer on the market, so I've added 3. But in all honesty, that was such a comfort to get that message. And Mum would stroke my forehead when I was little, the grandchildren, and I'm pretty convinced the great-grandchildren. A few weeks ago, I went to see my dad's brother, Uncle Tony. He lives down in Eastbourne. And Uncle Tony's not been well. He's had a bit of a struggle for the past 18 months. And a couple of off licenses have gone skint and all. But in all honesty, he spoke to my grandson Jack, and he said, "So you see my little brother, do you?" And he said, "Del Boy." For those of you who knew my dad, another nickname was he was Del Boy. And even Rachel froze, because she's very rarely uses that. And he often says Nana Hazel. So there is that manifestation even in my grandkids. Ethan lost, Claire's nan passed the spirit last year. And Ethan goes to bed every night, his hands formed in prayer, and he's got the prayer text that Catholics have of his nanny, Mary, my mum and my dad. And he puts them in his hand, he goes to sleep with them. And he says, that way they come and talk to me. And we have to practice that ourselves. That when we are in a state, feeling fearful, scared, anxious or worried, that the loved ones are closer than ever before. There's that wonderful poem, Footprints, and when the person asked, "Lord, when I was at the worst time of my life, there's only one set of footprints," he said, "That's when I carried you. That's where I bore you." and your worries and your manifestations. And we don't always see that. Times can be very taxing. I used to work for another spiritualist organisation, which will be named. It's like I treat it like Voldemort. They should not be named. And this lady, Polly, would turn up when I said this the other night. I'd have such a bad day, and she'd walk in, and she never knocked nicely, never knocked on the door, just walked in, put her hand on my shoulder or a hand on my head. She said, I just needed to give you a blessing because I felt you needed one. Kim's mum, a chocolate biscuit and a haircut sometime. Kim's mum, Christine, worked in the bookshop there, and she'd run up when everybody left and hugged me. And she'd say, do you need a pint? I said, no, I'm fine, but thank you. We have people around us that will help us. And if you ask, there's always friendship within your church, within your circles, within your classes. There's always a friend there. Maybe the person you least expect, but they're there. And spiritualism manifests itself in different ways. And one of the things I personally like about spiritualism, it's quite eclectic, it's different. We all see it different. We all talk about spirit in a different way. And if you mention the reincarnation word, it all gets even more complex and complicated. And that doesn't matter. What matters is what we believe within our being and our soul. Spiritualism never chose us just like that. Spiritualism and the guides, the angels, loved ones, whatever word you want to use, chose us because they knew we could be instruments of their peace. We could bring harmony where there's discord, healing when it's in need, joy when there's sadness. Just going up to someone, perhaps it's in church or somewhere, talking to them, sharing. More importantly, spiritualists need to learn one big lesson. Listen to what they're saying. Because so many mediums will say, well, my guide's telling me you need to walk down the road and put your hand in a bucket of water and a bucket of sand in the other end and it'll all be well. Just listen to the person. They will express what they need. They will express what they want from you, which is a listening ear. In that famous prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. We are those instruments. We need to go forth from here today and tomorrow, take that peace outward into the world, marking the world that we are here to bring light, truth, and evidence. The glories of spiritualism manifest in people's souls and ways and means that we don't always understand. A Catholic priest I once met 50 or 60 odd years ago said that there's mysteries of the church we don't understand until we actually pass, well, he actually said died, but we don't die. As he found out some weeks later when my dad said, you know, you ain't got long to live, mate. And he didn't. I'm sure he thought, well, that man cursed me. That man. We find that manifestation of the Spirit in our hearts and our minds. We're launching a teaching group at Wimbledon Church where we're going to have adult lyceum classes, circles, which some of the people here, Mary being one of them, Leslie being another one, running their own groups, their classes. Ashley's going to start a children's Sunday school. And it's important we teach our kids now. One of the lovely things I liked yesterday, Ethan, who's 8 years old, came up and he said, Grandad, I've got £3, what can I buy? And he picked up and brought a pendulum. And he hung it and he said, what does it do? I said, give it to Grandad. And I picked it up and it went round. He went, you moved it. I said, no, I didn't. I said, you got to remember, as well as I'm being your granddad, I'm a Jedi master, so I can do these things. And yeah, I have now. And he tried it. Don't move. I did it again. He said, I'm sure you're moving it, Grandad. I can't see your hand moving, but it's moving. And then a couple of moments later, his mum came along and said, now reach out with your mind and make it move. And it moved. And he said, does that mean I'm a Jedi now? I don't know what a Jedi is, but we need to just gently educate. Just gently educate. Even the family around us that are not spiritualists, we gently lay seeds. They fall on the ground and they embed themselves and they grow. Martin Luther King, not long before he passed to the Spirit, he said, I have been to that mountaintop. I have seen the promised land. As we, as spiritualists, in our own unique way, we know of that promised land. And we know that we're disciples, spirit guides, loved ones, family, and people before are there, awaiting for us to say, Lord, use me. Father God, use me. Divine, use me. Spirit, use me. But be prepared to be tested. Today, as of old, the gates of heaven are ajar. The spirits come from heaven to talk to us, and the spirits go back with our thoughts and our love. We are not alone. We have never been alone. And remember this, friends, as I finish, if God is on our side, who can be against us? Good morning and God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, are now welcome to our platform. Pollyanna.
I really don't need this, do I? Yes. Right, I'm going to actually quote a very good friend of ours who's in heaven, Jill Hay. I had dead people in my room till 2:30 this morning. One week she told us that at Sandbale, I think it was, or Seaton, and Jim said, no, we have them in our room. And we were miles apart, so we obviously couldn't share them. But they were just so busy. I have little flickers of light above at least 6 of you, so I can't come to 6 of you. But I want to give you all a message. I want you to just sit still and breathe. Put your hands on your lap and shut your eyes for me. And they're wrapping it up beautifully for me. They're reminding me that the rubbish has hit the fan in the world. And half of it has been man-made. And the world is totally topsy-turvy. And we have got to physically step back because we're all sensitives, living in a very unkind world compared to the one in the 50s. Very unkind. People don't just call a spade, they call it a bleep, 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 bleep spade. So just step back. I need you to close down more often in public, protect yourselves more often, because at least 10 of you in this room have come the state I was in, very, very, very depressed, and I didn't talk for the first 10 hours, and now I haven't stopped, and all I can do is apologise. I'm borderline bipolar. I'm either so high I'm on drugs or so low I should be. So please remember that beautiful, beautiful rainbow that's like a big fat snake that's going around the whole room. All your auras are entwined. And we have to say thank you to LAD for a fabulous weekend. And the fact that we've had a totally spooky weekend. It's been spooky school from Friday. And we've all been able to tune in, heal each other and teach each other. It should set us up for at least 6 months. God bless you all.
Hello everyone. Good morning. but I'll start working anyway. He is wearing it's like the tubes round here and then into his nose and over the ears, and he has an awful lot of trouble breathing. I can almost hear him breathing, and he says he's telling me that he wore that for a long time before he passed away. Okay. He's bald, and if he's not bald, he's very, very, very thin on top.
Think at the back, Dawn.
Hello.
Keep going, just in case someone else can take it.
Okay, thank you. He's got a bit of a tummy on him, although he got a slim face, but he's got a tummy on him. Okay, am I still at the back? Yeah. This was a sort of almost like I'd call it a wasting look.
Yes.
At the end. Yes. Thank you. Is that all right to work with you, Michelle?
Yes.
Bless you. Thank you, darling. He's telling me that his ears were looked more prominent. I think that's because his face slimmed down, his ears looked more prominent. Yeah? You understand that? Thank you. Okay. He's showing me himself wearing glasses at 1 minute and then not wearing them. You understand that? Thank you. He was also for some reason he's telling me he's quite a shy man. Okay? Although I don't feel that from him. I feel that he was quite a confident man, but he's telling me he was shy. I'm just like asking why he's saying that to me. Okay, right. He's got a sense of humour. He's got a good sense of humour, but he's a firm man. He's quite firm, but he's got a sense of humour. All right, would you understand that? He's quite firm though when he speaks. He's saying that justice needs to be done. Okay, right needs to be done when it is right. He wants things done properly. Okay, if you don't understand that, please say, and I will try and get it a bit further. Right. Do you understand everything I've said so far? You do. Okay, you're just listening at the moment. Okay. We've got another lady at the back there as well. Okay. So I've got 3 of you. Right, I'm gonna have to. Do you both ladies understand everything I've said so far? You both do. Right. Okay. Would you understand that he's got a bit of a tummy on him, but he's slim in the face? Yeah. You both understand that, right? Okay. Forgive me, Misha. Pardon? Right, okay. That's all right.
Yes, I understand everything.
You still understand everything?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll try and separate you a little bit. I'll give some more
Thank you.
information about
Okay.
Right. Okay.
I know, I've got a big mouth. I'm shocked.
He wants to talk to me about the blossom. The blossom.
Okay.
When he passed, there was blossom falling, because I can see blossom falling.
Okay.
Right. Which one of you doesn't understand that? And I'll put you. That person does, because he's talking about blossom, so I know
Okay.
this to be the case. Do you understand it, Michelle?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, you understand. Do you understand? You do as well. Right. And then I've lost you, so I've got 2 now. Oh, I haven't lost you. I've still got you. Oh gosh. Right. Okay. Right. The person I'm coming to would also. So he passed when the blossom was falling, but also I have to give you rose petals. Okay. There was rose petals at his on the bed or at the funeral. There was rose petals. Okay. Am I still with? Can you still understand this?
We threw them in the grave.
You can understand rose petals. Okay. Do you understand that? You can't remember. Okay. I can even smell the crushed rose petals now.
Yeah, I
as
thought
well.
it was my message. I don't know.
Do you understand this, Michelle?
Yeah,
You understand this, right?
yeah.
I've got to work a little bit harder to separate you even more then. Okay, let's see if we can get a name to this gentleman all round here. Stands Jessica.
Oh, is it?
You.
Oh.
Yes, you understand Jessica as living, right? Do you
I don't know,
understand
I
Jessica, Misha?
I can't think at the moment,
You can't
so
think. Okay. Do you understand? No. Right. Okay. Right. With this gentleman, when I say he has a stern, it's not stern. He's just firm.
arrogant.
Well,
God, you got to say it 'cause that's who he was. Yeah.
All right. Let's be fair. He was a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Don't know who it is.
Right. He's saying to me, I thought I knew a lot about a lot.
Yes.
Okay. This gentleman have a library. He's
A
got
library?
A lot of books. He's got.
It wasn't books. It wasn't books.
It was books. Did you say it was books?
It wasn't books.
It wasn't books.
But he had a library of CDs.
Can you understand? Masses of books. Right. Right. Now he's shut. I'm trying to give him more and more. Who would understand the red car?
I do.
You understand the red car? You drive a red car.
Okay. No, she come in.
Right, okay.
No, it's okay. You take it. No, you go.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Right. Everyone hear me all right? Okay. Right. I now want to give you, he's given me a yellow dog, and this yellow dog has has some black and grey patterning on it, on the fur. Okay? I'm not with you, right? Am I with you?
I've given healing to labs, and we had a ridgeback
Right.
and a chihuahua.
Okay. I've got a lot more dogs coming now as well. Okay.
But they were that sort of colour.
Yeah, they were okay. Thank you, Michelle. I think this is the separating point. Okay. Thank you very much. Can I work with you, darling? Thank you. Right, well, I have worked with you already. I'll just continue.
I understand about the justice bit that you were saying earlier.
Wonderful.
So that's what made me put my hand out.
Right, great.
Yeah.
But you understand everything else as well.
Yes,
Wonderful,
totally.
wonderful. This gentleman says that he would counsel you. You could understand that he would want to explain to you and counsel you and give you advice.
He
and
could try.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay. Would you understand the forest? If I give you the forest and I want to give you teddy bears, I don't know if I want to give you teddy bears picnic, but I want to give you we'll go down to the woods today. That song. Yeah?
He always
Yeah.
sings.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry?
He always sings. Yes.
He always sings that.
Yes.
He has got quite a good voice actually.
He had.
He's got a lovely voice. Okay. He was quite musical as well. You know, he could read sheet music.
I don't know, but he loved all different types of music.
Right.
Totally.
Okay. I can
Whatever.
see sheet. I can see sheet music. So I know that he would have been able to read. Okay. And he liked to dance as well. He could dance. Show me a bit more. Okay. When music was playing, he liked to do this with his hands. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yes?
I do,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Let me get a bit more. Right. I need to give you Rudyard Kipling. Okay? I need to give you lots and lots. Although he had a lot of books, I believe you like to read as well. And you like to read about travel, far off lands. Yeah? And he also has a knowledge of an understanding of far off lands.
He travelled.
He travelled a lot. Wonderful. But he also travelled in his mind.
Yes.
And he says that towards the end, I would have moments where I would just have my eyes closed and I would be off.
Yes, he did. He told me about it. He did.
Wonderful. He was quite inspirational. I would cast him as an inspirational speaker. Actually, he had a good mind for being able to express himself. A great knowledgeable man. Okay. Why would I have to give you the basket of eggs? I need to give you a basket of eggs. Does that make...
I've had chickens, yes.
Ah, lovely.
Not at the moment, but
Yeah.
I love having
Yeah.
chickens.
There's also blue eggs as well.
Yes.
Is that ducks? Duck eggs?
He liked duck eggs, I don't, but he did.
Right. Okay. So he wants me to give you the blue eggs as well. Okay, they're blue with little brown black speckles on them as well. He's giving me. Okay. And he wants me to give you Shakespeare's sonnets.
Oh.
As well. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna start to wind him down now. Okay. Talking about a loose brick. Now, there's a loose brick. As you go in, there's a loose brick. A loose house brick.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yes? Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. He just wants to give you that as a passing. And I need to give you, what do I want to give you as a passing little gift? Okay. There's a pressed flower. You used to press flowers in a book. And
I
he's
attempted it. I didn't do very well, but I did attempt it.
He's
yes.
giving me that as a passing gift to you.
Mhm.
It's a flower stuck in a book, and he's giving that as a passing gift to
It
you.
was from his funeral, yeah.
For his funeral? From his funeral?
From his funeral,
Oh,
yes.
bless him.
Yeah.
So that's what he's giving you
Okay.
as a passing gift to remember him. So
Thank
thank
you.
you very, very much for working
Thank
with me.
you.
Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, darling? No, I'm not going to give a message. I just wanted to tell everybody why he quotes me so much is he's known me 29 or 30 years, and when we were at the place we're not allowed to mention, we used to go on weekends like this, but they were a week. They were terribly expensive, at £99. We arrived, which was a lot of money in those days. You must be talking £300 or £400 a day. And we arrived on a Monday, and we left on a Friday evening. And we had a wonderful evening of clairvoyance. Then they opened the reception desk, our reception desk, for private readings. And he said, how come all these spiritual people are queuing up at Primark? He said, your behaviour is disgusting, because everyone was pushing everyone in the way. And I only made the mistake, because I usually go around in bare feet, of putting my shoes in my handbag, and someone reported me. So on the Friday, I had to put my shoes back on early. Silly woman. Anyway, so that's how long these things have been happening. And although it was very orthodox, very Christian, very rigid, it was a very interesting introduction to these weekends.
Kim, can I speak to you?
Yes, please.
I've got your dad here,
Thank you.
but I've also got a nan. I'm not sure if it's mum's mum or dad's mum. It's a bigger lady,
Yeah, it's Dad's mum.
dad's mum. And she is saying that you've been toying with thoughts, feelings in your mind about how you want to change you, but without changing you. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I do.
You've worried about things. Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I know Kim. She's one of our healers at church, and I've known her mum for 20, 30 odd years. But your mum, your nan, is saying that she really, really tried to be a nan to the world, not just her grandkids, but she loved everybody where she could. She was a cuddly nan,
Yeah,
and she was a loving nan, but she could be
a sharp man.
tell you off if she had to, sort of thing. And I want to say she had a problem with her hip
Yeah.
or walking the latter part of her life, and she never moaned about it, but you could occasionally hear her moaning,
Yes,
if you know what I mean, or saying, oh,
groaning.
yeah, groaning and stuff. So she's coming here. Now, I know I never met your dad. I spoke to him a few times over the years, but I know his passing was quite sudden and quite quick. I know
Yes,
that
yeah.
because I know that. But he's worried about Barb at the moment.
understand
She's not 100%,
Very much.
and she's not helping herself, he's saying. She's being quite stubborn. And of course, Kimmy, I was never stubborn.
Oh, no, of course he wasn't. No, yes, she's very ill.
And I don't know that about your dad. But he's worried about her because she's ignoring herself.
Yes,
And I know you've tried to say things and other people have tried to say things, but she's brushed it all away.
yeah,
And that is what he's concerned about at the moment is Barb's.
yeah.
And I know that's your stepmum, but
Yeah.
I don't know Barb. I've never met her, have I?
No, you haven't.
So, Dad is giving you a yellow rose.
Thank you.
I know you've got the red rose from Ive, but he's giving you a yellow rose. And he's also giving you the lily of the valley.
Oh, lovely.
That means something
Yes.
from a memory link.
Yeah.
And as he's walking you down the aisle,
Yes.
he started having a conversation with you like he's...
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just, it's be all right, you know, it's fine. He was nervous.
Yes.
Where you were thinking, why are you nervous, Dad? You're just walking me down the... But he was very much... Yeah, you was his baby. I know you were the youngest. I think you were the
I'm the
youngest.
eldest.
Sorry?
I was the eldest.
Oh, I didn't know how to say that in public. But he was very much... He was losing his little girl.
Yeah.
And he was worried about that in his own little world sort of thing. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, I'm having this conversation, you know, it's nice here today, isn't it? And the weather's, it was just general things, but you knew he was there, you had his support,
Yes.
and obviously Mum's, but at that moment of time, walking down the aisle, it was there.
Yeah.
And I want to say about Ray, I don't feel he was a really highly religious man,
No, he wasn't.
but he was deep thinking.
Yes, he had
Deep
his own
thoughts about things. And I know he worked for Surrey County Council, so I know that about
Yeah.
him. But he had his own thoughts on things.
views. Yes.
And in a way, if he was in a pub, he'd be one of those people, we're in a pub, we're having a drink, I'm not talking about religion, politics, we're here to have social.
That's right.
We want to be social here today.
Yeah.
But he's expressing his pain in my chest at the end of his life.
Yes.
Quite horrible pain.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he's sort of bent, twisted over sort of thing. And he didn't get a chance to say goodbye to everyone.
Yes.
And he means everyone. Because he'd like to say goodbye to them all.
Yeah.
Not just his kids and grandkids, but other people. Because it was important to him, he wanted to say bye.
Yeah.
You know, I did my best. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
He was so proud of today because he was saying he was standing at your side.
Thank you.
And he was thinking, who would have thought you'd get me in church on a Sunday?
Very true.
but he was there for you.
Thank you.
But he's talking about memories of beach holiday with fun, sun, and something happening in a pool that's funny with him.
He was always messing about around the pool.
But it's messing about.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to give you his love and his strength. And also, which is very easy for me, my old pops just popped in and he said, hello, darling.
Hi, Dal.
Give you a kiss.
Thank you.
And he said, I asked your dad first, though. So, lots of love, Kimmy.
Thank you.
God bless you. Can I speak to the lady in pink? That surprised me, didn't I? Hi, my name's Ray. That's Ashley. That's Dawn. And that's Polly. I've got a gentleman with you, which I feel is a dad.
Yes, he is in spirit.
And he's a very smart gentleman. He's smart up here, but smart in dress.
Yes.
May even casual would have been smart for him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Where I'd go around in jogging bottoms and stuff like that, he would not have done.
No, never.
He would have been almost a Sunday. He would have still had a tie on in a way, but maybe not as that far. But you know what I'm saying? He's right there because he's coming to help you with your development,
Thank you.
your spiritual progression, because he wants me to tell you. Do you understand who George is linking with Dad?
No.
Okay, I'll come back to that in a second, because I don't like carrier bag mediumship. You take it home and think about it. I'll try and sort that out in there. But if I can just give the message a moment. He wants you to keep on the right way forward that you are. Because he's saying to me, you don't suffer fools gladly when it comes to learning anything. And he's saying he's so proud of you because in a way you're a chip off the old block. And he's proud of you. Now, I don't know if Dad was a buff, a Freemason, or belonged to a club, but this is where this George seems to link. could have been golf, could have been something, but it's a club of some sort.
Right.
And he seems to link. I don't know why it's become so vague, because I don't like mediumship like that. But he is about there to me. Grey, curly, tight, curly sort of hair. It's grey, salt and pepper, my mum would have said. And he's quite broad-shouldered. And he seems to know your dad from a club of some sort. I can't get what club, but I want to say, when I said Buffs or Freemason, it's like a fraternal club. That's why I say that. It's because it was more than just a drinking club or more than a golf club. It was something more involved than just turning up for a scotch or a pint of best bitter or something like that. So I'm sorry I can't place him better, and it's my fault, nobody else's. But he is going to help you with some of your written work you want to do. Because I want to say you need to start writing things down. I'm not saying you're going to write a book, but for yourself, you need to start writing, because this man could write. He could, and I think your dad could, if I'm right to say. Yes, he said you're right to say. Dad could write. And I don't mean just the cat sat on the mat. It was, he could write a thesis in a way, or if he explained something, he could do it quite precisely. And it would still anyone could understand it.
Yeah, he was that sort of person that
Yeah.
you would understand.
Quite analytical in a way, but quite refined in making it simple so everybody could understand.
Yeah.
He's the sort of man who would have opened a book about how to put a shelf up. Yeah, I've read it now, I can do it.
I don't know about the shelf.
But he would have found somebody else who could, I was going to say. You understand? I could have done that, yeah, easy. But I'll get somebody else, because they need the chance, sort of
He'd
thing.
have to go at the shelf, but he was better off with something a bit
Yeah.
more intricate. Yeah.
Yeah. He is slightly my height, but perhaps a bit I feel a taller man, and if he's not in build of body, he is in stature. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not an arrogant man, but a proud man, confident in what he knew, but he wouldn't necessarily speak out in public, but he'd come away and think, I knew that. And they were slightly wrong in their theory, but
Yeah, he'd bend down and think about it.
yeah, but that's your dad, and that's your message. Accept his love, accept his strength, because I want to encourage you on your spiritual journey, and encourage you to do this writing. And it's almost like it's an adventure story, but it's your adventures. Does that make sense? I'm not saying you've had mystical spiritual adventures, but it's your journey. And I want to say your journey is unique. Well, everybody's journey is unique, but it's unique to you.
Yeah.
Have you been, am I right to say you've been invited to go on a committee or thought about going on a committee? And he's going,
Been there, done that.
yeah, I mean, you know that, don't you? Yeah. They find a way somehow, won't they? But accept his love, accept his strength, because where you are at the moment is the best place for you to be.
Thank you.
All right? Do you understand the message?
Yes, thank you.
That's
very
your message. God bless you.
Right, I have a lady here, and she's giving me a lot of pain around the chest. So I feel this is the breast I'm talking about. Okay. Normally, if I have something with a heart, I always go to this side, obviously, but this is round here. So she's giving me a connection with breast cancer. Okay. Now, this lady I have, she is a nan, but she's no ordinary nan. She's not your little old lady, retiring, shy, knitting grandma. She is a funny, vivacious comedy lady. Okay. She is well-rounded in the body, okay, and she has a heart of gold. She's the sort of person that would welcome anybody in. But like I say, she's not a little lady. She's not a little shy, retiring lady. Okay. As I say, I know she had breast cancer. She was a smoker as well. Would anybody understand this lady at the moment? No. Right. Okay. So we have two. All right. Okay. And I might have you. Okay. Right. I just want to give you something that will kind of separate you guys out. Okay. Whoever I'm with, she's calling my boy. Okay, my boy. And you would have a memory of there being a pie that was dropped out of the oven. Okay, it was put in the oven, and it was when she took it out of the oven, it was dropped. So pie over, done. Right. You can take the my boy reference. Okay. Richard, can you understand the pie? Okay, can you understand the my boy reference? Right, okay. Can I work with you then, please, Ian? Thank you very much. Okay. Right. She was very, very proud. Very, very proud. Proud of her family and proud of, she said she's proud of you. Really? Yeah? You understand that? She says she wants to encourage you. And thank you very much. She says she wants to encourage you. And she says you've got my blood.
Yes.
Yes? You have my blood. That's an unusual thing to say, which is you have my blood. Okay. Right, okay. And she says it's crimson. It's crimson.
I think that's the right colour.
That means. Okay. Right. And she wants justification. Justification. I've got a lot of paperwork and pads and pens and notebooks, yeah? And she's talking, my chest. Okay, she's making my throat close off now, okay? And the chest is very tight, and I'm getting very, very hot as well with her.
Yeah.
Would you understand that as
Yes.
a part of a condition? Okay. Even shaking now as well. A lot of shaking.
Towards the end.
Towards the end, she was shaking a lot. And also she says to me that she would hear things in her ears.
Yes.
Yeah. Things that some of them weren't genuine things she was hearing, and then other things she was hearing spirit.
It was travelling between the two worlds.
Yeah. She wasn't. So it's like it's kind of like she was here, but she wasn't here.
Yes.
She says I was in and out of consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah. But she says I knew what was happening. She's talking about the white bed sheets.
Yes.
Yeah, the white bed sheets. And was there a fan in the room?
It's a few years ago. I can't remember.
Okay. What she's giving me, she's showing me the fan going round in the ceiling.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
You understand that? Thank you. Okay. And she wants to say the word tractor.
Okay.
Okay. So why are you giving me tractor? It's somewhere you lived. Right. Come on, you're going to have to do better than that. Right, okay. She's giving me a green tractor, and she's even giving me sort of country conditions as well.
Yeah, I understand.
You understand, thank you. Okay. And she wants me to go like this along the promenade. She's saying Broadwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's saying Broadwalk.
She lived, her local high street was called the Broadway.
Ah, right. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And she's giving me the feeling of being a good towny girl.
It's a good old London girl.
Ah, that's why. Okay. Because obviously I'm a Londoner, and she's giving me being a good London girl, a good stern girl. Okay. She's talking about the flower market.
Oof.
Do you understand why she's giving me the flower
No.
market? Right. Why are you giving me that? Okay. She's what I can see. If I tell you exactly what I can see, I see a market stall and there's flowers, lots of flowers being sold on the market. Did you buy her flowers off a market?
All the time.
All the time. Right, okay. This is what she's giving me then. I can see it's almost like almost every week I'd get flowers.
Yeah.
You understand that? Thank you. I can hear a disembodied voice. It's impressive, isn't it?
2-minute delay.
She's having a fling with Ivan. Isn't it?
Blimey. Okay. She wants to give me Richmond as well and Kingston.
Yes, understand.
Yeah, Richmond and Kingston. Lovely. Okay. Can I ask you, did you go to college?
Yes,
Yes. She's very proud of your education.
thank you.
She said very proud because you pushed yourself, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And she's coming back to my boy again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Would you understand Dad? Would you understand? Obviously, you understand Dad. Everybody understands. But she's talking about father.
Yeah, it's her son, my dad.
That's her. Right. Lovely. So she's talking about your dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's talking about your dad. Okay. She said it was a hard upbringing,
Yes,
a very difficult upbringing
Yes.
for him. Okay. Everything was. She says everything was difficult.
yeah,
Yeah. Timing was difficult as well.
yeah,
It's just it was just hard.
yes.
Okay. Okay. She's not giving me her husband. She's not giving me Dad. And I'm just trying to. There's not a connection. I can't feel a connection with father, with her husband. Okay. Right. When she's passed, I can see her alone.
Yeah, she was, yes.
She was alone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you said about she couldn't link with her husband, my grandfather, it's because they were apart, because you've now said that she was alone.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. I need to also give. Oh goodness me, my head's spinning. I can't stand up straight on my feet.
Yeah,
Yeah. If I put one foot in front of the other, I'm not going to be able to walk straight.
yeah.
Okay. She said it's like the closest I can give you. Yes. All right. Thank you. Well, last night I may have had 1 or 2 drinks. And she said the closest I can give you is how you walked back to your bedroom last night. Okay. Who's Shelley?
It's a cousin in the family.
Lovely. Thoughts going out to Shelley, please.
Thank
okay?
you.
All right. Lots of yellow power, energy, and that chakra being given. It's blocked for her.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand.
All right. There's also cancer connection in the family as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. My other nan.
Yeah. It's on the females. It's
Yeah.
all the females in the
Yeah.
family. Okay. Not just breast, but also stomach as well.
Yeah, primarily breast.
Preliminary breast. Yeah. Okay. There would also be a brain condition as well.
That was her.
That was her. Thank you very much. And just as I'm passing, who's Frida?
It's a family member.
Another family
one
member.
side of the family.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sick. I'm really feeling sick now. Okay. She says the medication made me sick.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm very. If I'm not throwing up, I'm nauseous all the time.
I understand.
All right. I can't keep. I'm not eating. I can't eat.
Yeah,
That's it now. I'm not. She says I don't want to eat now.
yes,
Forget it.
yeah.
It's not. It doesn't interest me. There's no point now. She said, but I want to say thank you because I could hear you.
Thank you.
I could hear you, and you were concerned that perhaps I couldn't hear everything.
Yes.
Yeah. She says I could hear you.
Thank you.
Okay. And would you understand the 14th? Why I need to give you the 14th as a date? What month? What month is this? I feel like I'm September. 14th is.
It's my birthday, but just a couple of days out.
Just a couple of days out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take that.
You can't. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Days between friends.
Yeah, exactly. So, as a parting gift, she wants to give you some lovely daffodils.
Thank you.
Okay, and some and she says it's in remembrance.
Thank you.
Okay.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for making
Thank
me
you.
blush you. Bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, sadly we've come to the end. We've go on to our next part. You've got Ivan Lee next in the Sarah Woolman downstairs. You've been sent downstairs, Sarah. Like this time last year you was upstairs and now you're downstairs. I hope you've enjoyed our service this morning, and I hope you've truly have had some enjoyable time. Watching the naming service, I think, was wonderful. Congratulations again, Ivan and Kim.
Yeah.
My two young ladies,
Not young, I'm definitely not a lady.
Richard James and SPTV. Well done, Richard, again. Ashley, thank you very much for helping out today, as normal.
And arranging the weekend.
We're just going to finish live. I'm just going to say a quick prayer, and with shh, I'm talking. I'm in charge. Seriously, that's okay. We're going to have a closing prayer, and then we're going to go out to the world. But those who wish to stay, if you could please stay. Those who are leaving, can you let go quietly as you can? We're going to play Christy one more time. So, unto God's gracious care, protection, I commit you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord cause his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you. And may the Spirit give you rest and peace. Amen.
Amen.
God bless, friends.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thanks.